Good morning, everyone. It is January 24th. It is roughly about 11. It's 11:20 basically. I realized that after I was celebrating after passing my presentation, that I told you guys that I was going to actually show you my slides, or my, what is it, decks, my slide deck. And I never got around to that. Like, literally, after I got done taking a shot with you guys, I came in here and I played the game. And then I also uploaded my photo to LinkedIn. So I'll show you guys my LinkedIn so far. I'll also show you guys my slides and then what is coming next. All right, so as you guys know, we are back on our overview page. Like, as you guys can see up here, my graduation date is still set for May 10th, 2022. Moving down, all of this is completed so far. This is actually, I have no idea why this is still not graded. It says completed by 25th. It was already completed. I don't know why that's not there. Me and my mentor are meeting today at 4:45, so I'll kind of ask her about that. This is also done, and it needs to be, oh, I need a revision. Well, how about that? I wonder what the revision was. Let's look at that while we're all together, because I was like, I'm waiting on this to be graded, and it was not graded. What didn't I do? So this I did not understand. Their contact section includes their preferred method of contact. For example, their email address. I think that's wrong. I think they just didn't look. Their experience includes the same experience that's on their updated resume, including bullet points. I also think that's wrong, unless I went in there and changed some stuff, because I've been updating my resume like crazy. And I guess I got some spelling wrong, which I always have spelling wrong. It says add my email and my phone number, but let's go look at it together, because these are regular people too, and I know I was having an issue. What did she give me? I know I was having an issue with the whole contact thing. Like, I even looked it up because I was like, where do you see that at? Okay, let's just go into LinkedIn, because she gave me an email address and it's not even working. All right, let's go to my portfolio page, and if I hit contact info, where I'm seeing it is I do have my email address. I'm not adding my phone number. Like, why do I need to add my phone number? It says I'm not seeing it. It might be required to allow settings. Okay, we'll go back into allow settings. It says add bullet points description under each work experience, starting with the verb in past tense, and you no longer with these firms. Da 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 da. I'm probably gonna go and see if I get somebody else to review it, such as my mentor, because it could be an issue with them not seeing it. Like I just showed you guys, I can see it. I don't really feel like this is necessary, and obviously I will fix that if there's some issues. Anyway, so I gotta go fix that. But I will show you guys my LinkedIn while we're here, actually. So I have my professional photo, which I took the other day, which is not really professional. It was really on a white background, but this is all I was doing, because I'm pretty sure, like, as I grow and go throughout this program here, which I still have months for, we actually redo the LinkedIn profile. So anyways, I have, my title and all that there. This is not what people see. Is there a way I can view this as somebody else that's viewing it? Let me see if I could do that. Okay, hopefully I went and fixed everything. I don't know what was spelled wrong or not correct. She did not say. So when I turn this back in, I'm just going to simply say, I don't know what you mean. Other than all the other BS that she was asking about, I'm not doing it. So, like I said, like, this is the very beginning of working on our LinkedIn profile. So I kind of feel like she had no reason to even give me all that information. Like, obviously, I know I need more people. I did update my resume, by the way. So the resume that I turned in was not the resume on my LinkedIn profile. But like I said, I've updated this resume so many times, just like I know I'm gonna update my actual LinkedIn profile. We haven't done a real project. We've only done student projects, as you guys know. So how to add in other information, I don't know. So that's that. My photo should still be there. But anyways, I don't know why I did that. I need to go and add my LinkedIn. Is it on me? Can I go to me? Yes, I can. But yeah, it's visible. So after this discard. After this, I don't really know what to do. Like I said, I really don't know what else she wants me to do. I've been adding people like crazy. I just didn't have that many people to start with, but I'm not gonna explain all that when I turn it in. All right, so I just turned that assignment back in. For me to do revisions, kind of unnecessary if you ask me, but I get it. They're the teachers. Anyways, that's the only thing that I've really had to do revisions on. If I had to do revisions on anything else, it's simply because I did not make the link viewable. But other than that, that is the only assignment that I have to turn in. Like I said, I have to talk to my mentor about why my assessment is not graded yet and is due tomorrow. Like at this point, it's on whoever's grading me. But anyways, I wish I could turn this around while I'm talking to you guys. But anyways, I just resubmitted that. I just sent her a whole paragraph like why you grading so hard, and this is our first like LinkedIn project. Like we got careers again, and then we got capstone assignments and things like that. Like we're gonna go job searching, we're gonna go back through LinkedIn again. Anyways, off of that, this is what I'm doing next, which is the portfolio. Is due February 1st, so I'm a little bit ahead, other than having to redo that LinkedIn, which I think was kind of stupid. But yeah, so I am using Webflow. Why are someone on your team has made changes? Did I make changes? Refresh maybe? I don't have a team. Okay, but I've been using Webflow. Right now I'm basically in the learning section of Webflow. Why is this changed? So I'm basically just going through the Webflow class here. And then I'm basically using all of this to add to my portfolio. This is the picture that I'm not going to use this picture, but it's the picture that they gave us while we're learning. So that's why that's there. And then of course my LinkedIn here, which contact info is there. Like I said, it is there. I have my about me section, which is here. And then I updated my experience so that it could have bullet points like she said. Like I said, I've updated this resume several times. So the one that I sent them might be not actually be this one. Then I have, of course, my education down here. They wanted us to have the 3 skills at the top that relate to UX UI. Obviously, I'm not proficient or have anyone who can go and write skills off for me. So that's probably gonna take a time, because she mentioned this too, and I'm like, lady, I literally just started in the beginning of November. Really, right? So I have skills on here that have been, whatever you call this, when people go in there and give you a skill. I have stuff like that. Public speaking has 5 for some reason. Social media has 5 too. That's crazy. However, I just started using LinkedIn. Like before this, I didn't really use LinkedIn. So yeah, that's all that's there. If they don't accept it this time, I guess I'll send it off to my mentor and tell her to let me know what to do, because at this point, if it comes back again, then I'm probably just gonna ask for somebody else. But yeah, that is that. And moving on to my slide deck. So this was the bus transportation app. Like I said, he told me I passed, even though he has not put in. Let me go and actually make sure there's not something that I'm supposed to do. Because at the end, he was like, please turn in your assignment to the designated place. And I was like, it doesn't tell me to turn into an assignment unless they tell me afterwards and I haven't looked. Yeah, see, your interview with Brandon Friday. Oh, it still says awaiting review here. Check your email. Yeah, so I'm literally waiting on him. All he has to do is go and answer yes or no to these 12 questions. Anyways, yeah, so bus hopper, this is basically what I presented on my problems. This is a solution. So one of the feedbacks that he gave me was to make a template like with an iPhone and then add my main pages onto there. That way it'll be like my main point or my main solution. It'll look pretty. So he was definitely telling me do that instead of the background. He was basically telling me with this page, make sure everything is kind of like lined up or synced or at least on the same eye level. But he said I did a really good job for choosing like research and competitive analysis. So he was just basically mainly working on mainly focused on how it looked. He said this was really good. He loved the fact that I use actual numbers, so he thought that was really good. He really loved my empathies, maps, and personas, which is crazy because I tried to get past this because empathy maps right now are not my favorite, and it's not something that's easy to me because once again with empathy maps you're literally pulling stuff out of your booty hole. But personas map did get easier once I actually interview people and have people to look at. These are real people except for the picture. This is my sister. I couldn't remember the name of the other girl and all that information and putting this together. I just didn't care, so she got a name and a picture. So basically this is a template that I was actually given by my mentor, but I have my user stories, and MVPs, user flow maps, sketch wireframes, digital wireframes, which you guys have seen all of this, by the way. Usability testing information showing what changed in my digital wireframes. We had to talk about visual design. I put brand characteristics in there. I don't know if that's something that's needed, but I did add that. Color palette, typography, logo, and name, and then my high fidelity mockups. And then we went in there to talk about usability testing, which changed from the high fidelity mockup to the final prototype. And then, of course, the final prototype testing, which I did go in detail and share that as well. So yeah, working on Webflow today, working on those portfolios. After this portfolio, we do have to go in and start working on the next project, which is basically, where is it? Right. Okay. Yep. We go into 16, which is, I haven't done it because I'll do it obviously after I finish this, which hopefully I'll be finished with my portfolio by the end of the week. That way I can stay ahead. Hopefully that comes back good. Hopefully he goes ahead and says something. I probably should email him and ask him like, what are you doing? Grade my ish so they can see it and thankful. Anyways, yeah, so we're actually working on our client project, which is called, and I do have some problem ideas that I want to solve. So from there, what they want us to do basically is to find someone who has a problem and work on that problem. However, like when they told us to do, like they gave us a homework assignment like way early in the program where they were like, pick like 5 people or 3 people to figure out a problem and then turn it in. It wasn't graded. It wasn't anything like that. So I didn't think nothing of it. The people I chose aren't people that I would build something for, if that makes sense. But I do have where I wrote down different ideas. Now where I put those ideas, I don't know. Okay, I do have a list of ideas that I wrote down for UX problems. Where they are at, I have no idea. I wrote them down though because I was like, I need to be able to access them everywhere. But I basically went and found a bunch of UX problems to solve. It is in my, what's it called? I have 5 right now. The 5 that I have are know where, what, and how to recycle, know when to water your plants, locate your locked bike and be informed if it moves. I think that's a really good one. Help the users improve their knowledge of wine, which is something that is along the lines of what I already aligned to because you guys know I drink. And then design an app that makes it safe to find an ideal roommate in a city, which I think those are all problems that could be solved in our current year, 2022. I think these were problems that needed to be solved in 2021. So I'm basically basing what I want to solve off of here. My problem is going to be figure out people who are already involved in some of these things, like CEOs, maybe even managers, that can help me a little bit out with getting some of this stuff up and running. Like, what are the problems, figuring out the problems within these problems. And kind of going from there. So that's what I want to work on today, is really narrowing down what problems I want to solve. Maybe choose like 3 out of the 5 and maybe eventually 2 out of the 5, and then finally narrow down to 1. And of course, do 25% of my portfolio, which we do actually have a grading rubric for the portfolio too. So with that being said, I've been on talking to you guys for like 8 minutes now, but yeah, this is part of my boot camp, figuring out that portfolio, getting revisions on stuff, even though I may not agree with every revision. The grammatical errors, obviously, I can agree with that if I could find them. Couldn't find them. As far as everything else, the contact info, if she bring it back to me and say she still can't find it, I'm gonna have to put it in my bio, because I've changed that setting, because before I had issues with it to the point where I looked it up online. So I know I changed it. It's fine. If it has to go in my bio, it just has to go in my bio. As simple as that. I plan on adding my resume to my bio anyways. Like, there's an actual sections that you can add for your resume. I plan on adding that, as well as the experience and education system. And the only reason why I'm doing that is because you guys know I did a resume building boot camp. And the guy was telling me that nowadays, like with the short attention spans getting smaller, go ahead and add your resume to your actual LinkedIn profile. That's why it's all there. Nobody wants to go to your website and actually try to look for it, which makes sense. Nobody wants to do all that clicking. So yeah, I'm gonna add my resume anyways. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna do so many iterations on my LinkedIn profile, especially as I grow and really start applying to jobs. But as of right now, portfolio, like I said, my project that I presented was passed. He just needs to grade it. LinkedIn, they just need to regrade it. If it's come back as a revision, like I said, I'm sending it to my mentor so she can take a look at it and tell me what's up. Or I might just talk to her today about it. And then after that, we start working on the client project, because I think that's the last project that we're going to work on. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sections for planning, for client project. And then we have 1, 2, 3 more sections in careers, such as finding job and interviewing. And then we have our capstone project, which I'm not sure what the capstone project is. And then, of course, we have some more portfolio projects to do. So I do have my work cut out for me, but that is what's happening right now. I do have a lot of stuff going on and a lot of stuff to get done. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I think I've been talking to y'all for like 30 minutes. But I will probably come back and update you guys after I talk to my mentor. What is today? I don't know what today is. I think it's like the 25th. I might be lying. It might be like the 26th. Anyways, I updated you guys yesterday. I told you guys that I had a mentor meeting, and then I showed you how to do a revision on my LinkedIn, and I showed you my Google Decks or Google Slides, decks, whatever. And then I kind of like did nothing else yesterday. We did in my mentor meeting, narrow down some of the client projects that I would be doing, that I talked about as well, I think, yesterday. But we did talk about that in the mentor meeting, and then we also talked about the portfolio, because I don't know if I explained to you guys about the portfolio, but I told you guys that we had to they recommended that we use Webflow, so I was taking the university Webflow thing. And I realized that Webflow, I think I told you guys that yesterday too, that Webflow is just a little bit too hard for me right now. It is click and drag kind of, but a lot of things can go wrong, especially if you don't know anything about coding, such as like the body, the style, padding, margins, and everything like that, like basic CSS, HTML. Like if you don't know the basics of that, Webflow is kind of hard to learn, and you guys know that I am trying to code. It's kind of hard to do, but I've done like 9 days of coding. I've currently done, I can't tell you how many hours of coding that I've done, but I got through basic HTML, HTML5, and I got through basic CSS. That does not mean I'm ready to apply it to a whole website, okay? So I think what I'm gonna do is use Squarespace, and obviously not try to build it from scratch, because that's what I was trying to do yesterday, and you don't do that for your first portfolio. It'll drain you. So I think I'm going to use a template on Squarespace, and then eventually as time goes on, I'll probably switch to Webflow, but for right now, Webflow is not it. So yeah, I got a new person to grade my LinkedIn, after I showed you guys yesterday, and I passed. So I know graders, they have to each its own. She was probably trying to give me some good advice. However, like I said, I could not find those grammatical issues or errors, so I did not fix them. You guys barely saw me fix my contact info, so apparently, anything like that. I did not look at the feedback yet, but I did pass. So I'll go look at the feedback soon. However, I don't think I'm doing anything today. I got a Red Bull. I wanted a small size, but she was like, the smallest size I think I got was, she told me it was out because I ordered from Instacart. And I was like, well, any Red Bull zero sugar, even if it's a bigger size, is fine. I'm guessing this is the only zero sugar that we had. It says 20 fluid ounces, but I've never gotten a Red Bull this big. I'm obviously not going to drink all this in one sitting. I might drink half of it. And I don't really drink energy drinks, but TMI, my period's coming and I can feel it. I'm very tired, very drained, which is why I said I'm probably not going to do anything today regarding school. I just really had an update for you guys. I'm going to go attempt to cook steak, and probably cut my hair off because that's what I want to do. That's the mood that I'm in. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I just wanted to update you guys on that stuff really fast. I have nothing to really report on today. If I do work on Squarespace on my website, it will be later. But other than that, I'm not doing anything today. Just had a simple update. What's up, guys? It is January 26th, I believe. I just updated you guys yesterday on everything. I finally got everything back that needs to be graded. So for the first one, which was my presentation that I had to do, I did go ahead and get 12 out of 12 points on my presentation. And we had to get 9 out of 12 points to pass. I got 100. All the feedback that he gave me, I think I told you guys, basically all the feedback that he gave me, such as my competitive analysis, making sure that's all lined up. I forgot to tell you, but he did say that I needed to brighten up some of my photos, especially like the wireframe sketch, which is fine. And then he goes in to tell like what everything that I did right. Now, as far as the LinkedIn profile, let me go take a look at that, because the first lady that graded me, I know she had some things to say. Let's see what this person said, because I got a new guy to grade. So looking at my yes or no. Okay, the method of contact still says no here, but everything else is yes. So I don't know how to put that contact method section in LinkedIn. So what I'll probably, but like I told you guys, I plan on adding my resume anyways to one of the sections on my LinkedIn page. So the resume will have my email anyways. I'm not adding my phone number, just because everybody can see it and I'm just not gonna do that. Like, I don't think that's safe. But yeah, I got the new person that graded me was Evan. So I don't know what the issue is with not seeing my LinkedIn. I might send it to my mentor, because like I told you guys, when I was having trouble with it before I even sent it in, I went in and I did the research and tried to find videos and stuff of how to change that, because they didn't even give us a video on that to change it ourselves. So like I said, I've already tried with the contact thing. It's just not working out for me and my page. You guys saw what it said at the bottom, so that was that. So yeah, anyways, like I said, I'm working on a portfolio. Let me see if I got any updates for you on that. All right, hopefully you guys can see that, because I can't actually see the screen. I kind of just got you guys propped up. I decided to go back to my wireframes here, my digital wireframes, after looking at my other wireframes, a sketch. I did change some stuff here, just after dealing with all those different types of website programs, and then eventually going back to Webflow, because that's the only one that gives me the creative freedom to do all of this. I'm just gonna go ahead and use not Figma, but Webflow. So here I started working on high fidelity prototypes. So here is my low fidelity wireframe here. As you can see, it actually goes all the way down as I have more projects, but for now this is what it's going to look like, high fidelity. I have my navigation up here. Just work about resume. The resume actually might come off because with Webflow they only allow 3 pages, and since this is technically a home page, there's no room for a 4th page. So resume actually might come off until I'm ready to pay for a paid feature. But other than that, I have pretty much the way that I want my font and the size that I want everything so far. This is going to be the bottom of the page for now until I'm able to have more projects and add them in. I did change this part a little bit when coming over here. The LinkedIn, I'm going to put LinkedIn on here as well as not Instagram. I might just do LinkedIn on there because the rest of, and Twitter. I might do Twitter because I don't really do too much on my Twitter. And my Facebook is just literally like pictures of me. So it's not really a professional Instagram or anything like that. But yeah, so this is how it looks so far. I really want to have a lot of negative space on my portfolio. And that's because I just think it looks better. I could obviously put a box around this, make it a different color like you see on a bunch of other profiles, or stack them next to each other. But for now, since I only have one project, I think this would be good to get across. I do also have a wireframe for mobile as well. But the thing is with Webflow, it'll automatically do all of this for you. So Webflow should already make it interactive for whatever device it's being used on. Reason why I decided to go back to Figma is because I was learning about Webflow a little bit more in detail, and how like a lot of it is just by columns and rows. So when I'm placing everything down, I'm keeping that in mind. That way when I take it into Webflow, it won't look like, let me bring it up, because it looks weird in Webflow right now. Let's open this. I did try to start with a template. Ooh, hopefully you guys can still see. But yeah, see, I have all of this here. This is going to become smaller. This is going to look different. But this is what I was trying to do over here. But you see how it's not lining up. And that is because I only have 2 columns when I realistically need to have 3. And they're not even the same size column on top of that. So that is something that I'm going to be working on when it comes to Figma, just making sure I'm paying attention to those columns, rows, and even the margin, because I learned that if you type on something, you can inspect it and it'll give you like all the properties that you can use for code. So even the code is down here where it has position, width, height, left, right, top, your font family, and even your color. So I can literally take all this into Webflow and use it just like that. So that is my homepage so far. The next thing I'm working on is working on my actual about me page. So here, once again, name. I'm keeping it very simple because I think, like I said, I want a black gray background with just white writing. I probably will add some color in here eventually just to give my page a little bit of personality. I have a photo here. When I get down to the bottom to this next part, I'm just going to have a paragraph written about me, which I've already wrote out somewhere, and I'm just going to copy and paste that there. And then right underneath it, I'm going to have my resume on the page, since you can't actually click to get to a resume section. And then of course I'm going to add my footer, which is going to be here, that I just need to put on here. And after I get done with these 2 pages, the high fidelity mockups, I might go in, just depending on how long it's actually going to take me to get done with all of this, I might go in and start just adding them to Webflow and then come to my case study section here. Because this is going to take me a little bit of work. It's going to take me to go and find all this stuff that I need for it. But this is going to be my, what is this? This is going to be my case study page. And I got to figure out how to make this because I made this in Figma. I'm pretty sure I can probably make it a component actually and take it in that way. But yeah, header has to change here as well, but we should be good to go. Alright guys, it is, as you can see, January 30th. It's probably been about 2 days since I updated you guys. Yes, I am still working on my portfolio. I had wanted to have this done by Friday, but the amount of times I have changed the layout of my portfolio and what programs I'm going to use and all that, it just got a little crazy, and one of the days I just didn't do anything, not even gonna lie to you guys. But I am finished with the wireframes. I think I did tell you guys that I was gonna go back and just do the wireframes for my project, because I'm gonna end up using Webflow, and I think I did show you guys that actually. But I think I did show you guys this part right here where I told you guys that I have finished basically my homepage, and that's what it's gonna end up looking, which is very similar to what I actually wireframed a long time ago for the actual school project. I still got to do my footer. I still have to figure out how to get this header work. Like, I can get work honed about, but I don't like how that's sitting there, and that's actually not an icon, which is kind of annoying. But so I got to figure out how to do that. I think I have to make it a symbol, if I'm not mistaken, for what I've tried to learn. I think I have to make it a symbol, but I think I was just too frustrated last time to figure that out. But yeah, so I have my homepage done, and I think I showed you guys that I had my about. Whoa, I don't know what happened there. We gotta go fix that. But I have my poem and about done for the most part. Actually, I don't think I showed you guys this. This is probably not the red I'm gonna use, so don't pay attention to that. I'm probably going to use a different kind of red, maybe something a little darker. I gotta go figure out what my colors are going to be. However, those are done. I think I told you guys that I still had to work on the wireframe for the actual case study page. So there's the home page, there's the about me page. Yes, that's the photo I'm going to use. I just got to add it in there. And then here is the case study page. It is quite of a long one. As you can see, obviously, header. The spacing on this is going to be a little different because I kind of just rushed through this because I'm kind of tired of it. But yeah, so that's what it's going to look like when you logged in. The challenges there, which I might say challenges right here. I'm not sure if I need to put challenges there. If you put a prototype, same thing here. I'm probably not going to use that color red. Got my overview. This is basically everything. I did go ahead and write everything out. That way when it comes to posting on Webflow, I could just copy and paste. My columns are 12 columns centered, 100, not gutters, I think it's 20 gutter, 100 or whatever the other thing is. So yeah, I have the design process, my tasks, roles, I have my analysis, both competitive, SWOT, I have my user survey here, user personas here, user stories, user flows. Some of these don't have descriptions because I don't know what to say about them. Some of these have very user descriptions. For this project, I'm probably going to make everything green, just because that's what the project colors were. So anything that has color will probably be green. So anyways, as you guys remember, my background is going to be a darker gray, which is not this color gray, but I wanted to still see. Yep, wireframes, brand design, logo, colors, typography. I still gotta work on how I want this to look on the page. I might honestly make the background of these transparent and then do it that way, because I don't really like the background behind them. But anyway, so that's that. I got the high fidelity mock-up with another view total type button, but like I said, that is going to be green because the app colors, as you can see here, are actually green. And then my conclusion, and I really need to go through and make sure there are no typos, because I know for a fact there are typos because I've seen them already. I just got to go ahead and make sure those are good to go, and then I can start adding it to the Webflow page. But for now, this is my case study page, everything that I actually did for the project and what everything looks like. Those are all the stuff that I'm going to use, except for these. Like I said, I might make those a transparent background so it can look a little better. I'm not sure. I might go look for some more inspiration, but that is the update that I have for now.